All right, guys, we have a shorter video today, mail day. We have all these slabs over here and also 3 raw cards, pre-war wise. You guys can see a little bit sneak peek of that Sandy Koufax rookie. We're going to put those off to the side over there. Don't cheat. And we're going to go over the first 3 cards. So I ended up picking up some York Caramels. They're pretty tough. You don't really see them that often. I believe the designation is an E210. And if you flip these over on the back, I believe these are also a type 1. There's type 1 and type 2 depending on how they're faced. So because it is in this direction, it's type 1, which isn't as scarce. With that being said, I picked up 3 Hall of Famers. So Frankie Frisch, which you see all the time. He's a pretty popular figure pre-war wise. And Herb Pennick. And then we have a really interesting one, Wilbert Robinson. And a lot of you guys might not know who he was. I wasn't for a while. So Wilbert Robinson was both a catcher and also a manager, really known for the Brooklyn Robins. But how he has his legacy, cemented his legacy, is kind of interesting. So he's the reason why we call spring training in Florida the Grapefruit League, and here's why. So he wanted to perform a stunt where he caught a baseball from an airplane, and this was back in the early 14 or 15, around that time period. And they got the airplane up in the air. It was like 500-600 feet. Didn't have any baseballs. Instead, they had a grapefruit. They dropped the grapefruit, and it splattered all over him. And because of that, or at least legend says, that is the reason why we have the Grapefruit League. So kind of cool on that. And again, you guys can see the back. Now, these don't look that great. I'm not going to lie. Probably ones, maybe authentic. I mean, you guys can see a little bit disgusting. But they'll end up looking pretty good in a slab. And couldn't pass them up because you just don't see these cards show up that often. And this one has a really good story behind it. So starting off with those 3, we're going to get into the stack over here. Speaking of stories, Mo Berg. I just sold a 6, and I had a few people asking if I had a lower graded copy. I thought this looked like a pretty good 1.5. You guys can see it all over here. Not too bad. Now, obviously some X's over there, some dots, but like presentation wise, I do like this one. There is that. Up next, we have a Jimmy Fox. Again, decent looking 2 on this. There's bad corner wear, but still a really popular card. And no, it is not a rookie card. Everyone always says it is. Jimmy Fox's cards in the 1920s. But still a very popular card within the classic GOUDEY set. We have a Hank Greenberg in a 1.5 from a 1940 play ball. And we'll talk about Hank Greenberg a little bit later. But you guys can see why I got the 1.5 with the tape here on the back. And it looked pretty good on the front. But we'll talk about his story. We actually have his rookie card. So in a 3.5, 1934 GOUDEY. And Hank Greenberg was one of the first famous Jewish baseball players here in America. I believe he also fought in war, but it could be wrong. And really, really good power hitter. Had a short career. It was like 12 or 13 years. But, this was a card that I wanted in my PC. And, I was split if I was going to end up reselling this card or if I was going to keep it. I decided I'm going to keep this one and sell a few other cards to pick this up. So by the time you guys are watching this video, I already sold a few different boxing cards and then some other low to mid-end cards to be able to accumulate this one into my collection. But I thought it was a really good looking 3.5. Don't really get the chance to pick up this card that often. Every time I tried at card shows, people were asking like $1,200, $1,300 for one, or even like $1,500. So either win at an auction or you ended up buying it in a collection. So I ended up buying this one. It will be in my PC. And really cool with that because I've wanted it for a while. We have a 1964 Mickey Mantle in a 5. Always pretty liquid anytime you pick up a Mickey Mantle card. I always have people asking for these, so can't go wrong with that. Another Mantle. We have a 1956. Now this is the gray back. does look pretty good. Honestly, I don't know why this one got a... Oh, I see why I did. I mean, you have some gum stains. I don't know if it's gum stains or what type of staining it is. Maybe a printing defect. And actually, there's a crease right there. So, yeah, I know why I got it too. But couldn't see it originally in the lighting. But still a pretty nice looking copy. It's centered. Has good colors on this. And this was a great collector's card on this one. The white back on this is actually pretty expensive and rare. I saw someone talking about this today. The white back in the 56 is actually rarer than the white letter in 1969, which surprised me because I didn't expect that. Always be careful when you buy 56s because there is scarcity based off of the color of the back. I shouldn't say that in just this year. I mean, it depends on multiple different releases. So do your research on them. But that is something I learned today and want to teach you guys it as well. We're always learning, right? And then lastly, 1955 Sandy Koufax in a 3. So I don't know how many Sandy Koufax rookies I've had now. Just in inventory wise, they're always pretty great cards. But one day I'll have a nice copy. For now though, I can always find anywhere from 1 through 4. Most card shows and also online. But the big pickup today, the Hank Greenberg rookie card. Really awesome add into my collection. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you didn't watch last week's mail day, watch it right here.